could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me.
You know I gotta give them what they ask for. Like Tupac spitting at a tabloid. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it done with where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quit the door. Nope, giving like 5.
Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you.
Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Thug modes at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come.
We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by my running mate here tonight. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, always a pleasure. Do you see the intensity in their eyes tonight? Do you see that passion? We're going to have a barn burner. Let's check it out.
You can see it. You can feel it. I know this takes you back. Let's do this thing. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
And scores. Strong take.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Gilgeous-Alexander to Beverly. Takes stock of the floor to Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Nice finish at the rim.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Beverly into the front court. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Screen coming. Defense making the ball carrier work. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Harden with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Shot from the lane won't go. Paul into the front court. 8-2 our score. Harden, his first effort off the mark. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul to Harden. Throws it up. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game. New blood coming in for both sides. Harden to Paul. Beyond the arc for three. Shot off the mark. Good defense. It's LA Clippers ball to Beverly. Surveys the floor. And counted at the rim.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Harden smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's good, and one.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Patrick Beverly at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw's good. A three-point play, and with that, they go up by 3. It's in the hands of James Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Nice pass to set things up. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lou Williams with a piece. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Fareed. Nene. Beverly into the front court. Up 5. Williams. Shot won't go. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Paul. To the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. The drive right to the basket. Rockets have the steal. James Harden. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Beverly into the front court. It's a 1-point game. 13-12. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Paul knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 86% from the line. It's good. Has the hot hand and a 4-point play. Nene snatching it out of the air. And he'll go to the foul line.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only one quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
Both teams are on fire, but speaking of competitive juices, one of the beautiful things that we heard during the timeout, in a team huddle, you heard multiple voices that weren't the coach saying how much more they needed to fight in order to win this game. Oh, trust me, the intensity level is going to pick up a couple of notches.
Paul, there's the toss. That one out of bounds off a rocket. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Nene. Tucker lobs it up. Out of bounds, the call off P.J. Tucker. Beverly. Patrick Beverly. 3 for 3 in this first half.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Tucker. To the rim, lays it up and in.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Beverly. Screen coming. Short jumper stays out. To Rivers. Easy path to the rim.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down off the step back.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Paul to Harden from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
It goes down.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. A big finish at the rim.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Harden to Capella. Clint Capella. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Deep two there. Won't go. Paul to Harden. For three. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. To Williams. Here comes the screen. "24-second violation." Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. On the drive, it's Harden, but his shot no good. It's LA Clippers ball. Gilgeous-Alexander fires the three, and it's Capella with the rebound. Paul to Harden. James Harden, now 4 for 9.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
back to the basket. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Beverly.
You got the screen right.
Knock loose. Rockets have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Got it.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Beverly into the front court. Final minute, first half. Shot from in close, no good. Fareed to Harden. Sets him up. Flushes down the slam.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Beverly into the front court. Now down 6. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen coming. Goes to the left side. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
He is yet to hit one tonight. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. That's it for the first half. The Rockets with the lead.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Rockets have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. For them to get to lead, I see it happening with their transition game. They've done a great job today of working the fast break offense. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Clippers were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
The Houston Rockets are having a great time out there. When you see players getting their teammates involved and having fun, it's the best way to win. James Harden is the leader among his teammates in dimes.
Player of the half.
James Harden has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Now Paul with the basketball. Up 5.
Here comes the screen. Here comes the screen. Here comes the screen.
To P.J. Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. To Paul. Has a chance. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Nice pass to get things going.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Paul looking for his man. Count the basket at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. From the outside, no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
The rebound belongs to Houston. Cruises inside for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Clippers have the basketball. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Eric Gordon trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Has a look. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Oh my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
3-second count. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams to Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. Paul into the front court. Leads forward. Goes to the right side. Nothing going here on that drive. Capella to Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want.
Won't go down.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Clint Capella at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. It's the Clippers with the possession now. They'll get it down low to Harrell. And the rebound by Tucker. Paul. He gets it.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Williams. Down low, Green. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Mike D'Antoni changing up his lineup. Count the bucket for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Williams into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go. Fires the 3. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
He throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Harden, he was all over him. Williams across the timeline. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Whoa, what a finish. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this 4th quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Williams into the front court. He'll run the offense. And stuffs it home. They've come back to take the lead.
It finally looks like things are clicking for them offensively. And sometimes throughout the course of a marathon in the basketball game, you have to be patient for that moment to really pounce. They're doing it.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The Clippers are out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. Partner, you and I were just shaking our heads during this quarter break. We can't believe how good a game this has been.
And we've seen this so many times with the teams that are the most talented on paper. This shouldn't even be a game. But sometimes an underdog, they rise to the challenge. And they've really hung in there all the way in these 3 quarters.
JaMychal Green pins it, and he buries it.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Williams across the timeline. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. 4-3. And Lou Williams, he doesn't miss many of those. A wide open look for 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
No good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis because they show up in the 4th.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Runner's good there.
Bold. I'm sure his teammates and coaches were wondering why he'd do that now. But it worked.
Gilgeous-Alexander. JaMychal Green, defended by Tucker. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's a chance from long range. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Knocks it down.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
3 seconds, it's going the other way. Doc Rivers will play the matchup. He wants some new guys on the floor. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Ooh, Chris Paul. With that, he's 5 for 9.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Beverly into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Down the lane to lay it in.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Capella sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
You've got to get that one to go. And the finish, slam dunk.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Paul to Rivers. Beyond the arc for 3. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers. Tough shot from downtown.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Beverly into the front court. His team up by 1. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Where James Harden, muscle memory, gets it to go.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Beverly into the front court. His group now down 2. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Harden. And 2 points to the board.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Williams from long range. And Lou Williams, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Beverly. Has a chance. Hat Patrick Beverly. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Williams not getting the bounce. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Harden for 3, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Eric.
It was right there. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Ed, what's that old saying? Ruffled feathers do not flock together? Well, actually, I just made that up. But what it means is that play will cause a little havoc. As designed, the team that uses it to galvanize as a unit will have the advantage.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Clippers call a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3. Pace, Mike D'Antoni giving his guys a breather. Fires the 3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. And now the intentional foul. They'll stop it with 14 seconds left in the game.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
And hits the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Williams knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. That does it for the period. Scoreboard says it's all even. And the extra period begins. Harden. Not going down for him this time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Beverly into the front court. Leads just a point. Slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Almost, and he's not getting the call. Green with the basketball. Down 3. Down to Fareed. Off the assist.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jim.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Williams. Misfires. It's no good. Gordon with it. Down a point. To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. And Chris Paul, quick catch and shoot there. 4-3.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Clint Capella able to recover with the block. Basket good at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Paul. To Harden. Fires the 3. Oh, they've come roaring out of the gate in overtime, breaking this game open.
And you got to give some love to the strength and conditioning coach for this team. All the offseason, preseason workouts have ultimately led to this point.
Williams into the front court. They trail by 7. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Beverly. Gilgeous-Alexander. Beverly. And he knocks it down, Jay.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Paul. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Beverly gets it in the left corner. Williams buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lays it up and in. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Houston takes over. Harden. Tough shot. He hits.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. Clint Capella sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden with it up top. Looking to make something happen. And the finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Now the Clippers call a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Mike D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups. To Beverly. Here's a chance from long range. Off the iron. No good. Fareed. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Timeout called here by the Clippers. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. D'Antoni changing up his lineup. Williams. That one off the mark. It's no good. And scores.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Cleans it up. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win it in overtime. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets clocked some overtime for today's win. It was a remarkable game for the way it ended, but it was also a terrific game overall. I'm glad to have been a part of it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Clippers lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
James Harden is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.